Welcome back, Fluff family. And if you're new, welcome to my channel. This is Losing the Fluff, where we use walking workouts and low impact workouts to lose weight and really just focus on overall better health. So before we get started, make sure you have a container, cup, glass, bottle of water somewhere nearby. And if at any time you need to take a break, pause me, because I'm not going nowhere. But I do want you to hydrate yourself, take that break, and then jump back into the video, because if you're like me, on your own journey, it's really important that you start to train your subconscious that you can finish what you started, even something as simple as a walking video. Because right, our subconscious doesn't know the difference. It just knows that we started something, we didn't finish it, and that we just can't finish what we start. And moving forward, that's not what we want to teach ourselves. So let us get started with some stretches. Arms out like so. Let's do some helicopter arms. One. That twist felt great on my mid back. Two. We're going to 5. 3. Activate your core, family. Keep it activated. 4. 5. Hands down, feet together. Let's go into my yoga. See my feet? Okay, now you can see my feet. Position your feet like so. We're going to start off on the right leg. We're going to do the warrior position. Bring both of your arms up like so. We're going to lean that right leg comfortably forward and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to the starting position. You can bring your arms back down. Reposition your feet, because now it's time to stretch the left side. Let's lean that left leg comfortably forward. Bring them arms back up, and let's hold this position for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to the starting position. And now it's time for us to do the tree pose. And as always, make sure you're standing by a wall or using a chair or something that's going to support you. If you're not that stable, this does help build your stability and posture, but also it can be very trying when you first start this. So, I'm going to start with our good old right leg again. Position that leg like so. We're going to take our left leg and lock it back. I'll just leave here and lock this leg in. We're going to take our right leg. We're going to lock it into our left leg. Hold on, let me move over a little bit so y'all can see me. Okay. Lock it in on that left leg like so. When you've done that, we're going to take our arms up and form our tree and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I really used to be wobbling all over the place when I started doing this particular pose. Bring that right leg back down. Now what we do to one side, we do to the other. So, position that right leg, lock in the right leg. Position your left leg. Lock this leg back. If you don't lock this leg back, you're going to have no stability. It's important to lock in. Now we come position our left leg like so. And I find putting my hands on my hips or starting with my hands down here helps to stabilize me. And when you're ready, bring it up. Keep your core activated, which is your tummy. Let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's bring it back down. Bring it back down. Return our legs down to the floor and let's walk. Yeah. Let's walk it up. Let's go. Let's walk. Yes. I'm really excited right now. Why? Because here we are, family. These are the last days of this year. And as we move into this upcoming calendar year, I really want you to think about what kind of goals you have for yourself. Right? And I'm not just talking about weight loss goals, although we're here to lose the fluff. Right now, you should be analyzing every part of your life. because you have to create the plan on how you're going to succeed with that. So yeah, when we talk about our weight loss and losing our fluff, we have to have a plan for that. But we also have to incorporate it into the master plan, which is our life. And it's okay to have multiple goals. Sometimes, some people say, you know what, I'm just going to focus and hone in all my energy on this one goal. And if that's you, I love it. And if you're the type of person that say, you know what, I can actually lock in on 2 or 3 things and get the job done. And if you're that type of person that can multitask in that way, I freaking love it. Well, whichever type of person that you are, you can't do anything if you don't start. You gotta start. So, the start, right? Anything that we're doing. Now, I'm not necessarily talking about the fluff right now. Anything that you're doing, it's going to start here first. It's going to start here first because you have to think about what it is that you want to do, how you want to do it, when you want to do it, where you want to do it, with whom you want to do it with, right? Because, yeah, some people, they have workout friends. And some people choose to work out alone. And some people may choose to say, I'm going to go to the gym a couple days out of the week. And some people may choose to only work out, walk in their neighborhood. How that is going to look, it's going to be up to you. But the way that you're going to get there, everything has to start here before it comes to the physical. So, I just want you to be thinking about what you want for yourself moving forward. When it comes to losing the fluff, know and understand that we're here right now in this moment, before the new calendar year, because we really want this, right? We really want this. And I'm not trying to say that people who decide to lose weight as a New Year's resolution, they don't want it. But family, look at the video that I made last year about New Year's resolutions and goals. Most people who set their resolution to lose weight, and then they go to the gym, they buy the memberships, they do not have those memberships longer than 6 months. And if they have them, they're paying for them, but they're not utilizing them. Listen, I don't want you to become that girly or that guy that's out here wasting your money, locked in on one of these gym plans that you're not going to lose. You're not going to use, because you're here to lose. You're here to lose the fluff. And if you decide you want to go into the gym, you decide you want to stay at home, decide you want to walk the neighborhood, however you want to do it, you want to walk at work, you want to go into the fire escape, stairwell, and just walk the steps versus the elevator. So many different ways, family. So many different ways. But you got to think about it and create the plan. The next step is to execute the plan, right? And that's when you start to put your words and thoughts into action, right? So that's what I want you to think about. If you haven't started thinking about that before today, I'm putting these thoughts into your head so you can get on the job. Because you're a little behind, baby. Yes. This is what we want for ourselves. We can't wait until the new year. No. You know that little phrase, new year, new you? Screw that. Throw that out the window. Because guess what? We're not waiting for New Year's to start. We're not waiting for the new year. The new you is here, waiting for you to unwrap it like a gift. Yes, the new you is already here, waiting for you to unwrap it like a gift. You don't gotta wait till January 1st to say, I'm gonna start working on myself. Remember, don't put off tomorrow what you could do today. Do you understand how much weight you could lose before New Year's? Do you know how much toning you could do for yourself before New Year's? So much, family, so much. You just gotta know in your heart that if you decide, today, I'm gonna lock in. That's what it's about, locking in. You'll start to see the changes. You gotta lock in. And know and understand that everybody's journey is not your journey. And when you decide to lock in, that's when your journey will begin. Yes, your journey. And at the end of your journey, what you're going to have is your testimony. your testimony that you can share with everybody that you meet. When they see you, they're like, oh my God, Frank, you look great. What did you do? Oh my God, Belinda, you look wonderful. Where have you been? Tell me what diet you're using. Although we know we're not using diets. People, those are the things they're going to assume. And that's going to be your opportunity to share your story, aka your testimony, as to what you did, what you chose to do to get to the finish line. And then whomever is listening, they will absorb what you're saying and they'll take some of that stuff, hopefully, and incorporate it in their life. And that way, you'll be helping someone else on their journey for better health. Because listen, family, the biggest thing that we don't actually realize, but I want you to think about this. I want you to think about this. When you look at a person, like, okay. When you look at a person that's trying to give you advice, and I'm saying this as a person that's giving you advice, but when you look at a person that's giving you advice, and let's say this person is telling you something like, let's say they want you to think, they're saying you need to go buy a house. Why aren't you renting? You need to go buy a house. You can afford a house, go get a house. And you look back at this person that's telling you to buy a house, and in your head you're like, but you don't own a house either. Alright? So this person's telling you to buy a house and why you need to buy a house, and you're looking back at them, and in your mind you're like, why should I listen to you when you're telling me to buy a house? You don't have a house either. Right? It's not how I feel about this journey. The journey can come from many different places. Sometimes, right? I look at people, me currently, I look at people that were where I am, but have evolved and made it to the finish line, right? Because that's where I am. I am on the journey, and I'm on this track, and I can see the finish line. So I look to people who've made it over the finish line so that they can share what tips they use to get over the finish line. And as I watch these people, what I do is I start to formulate in my head, what things do I see these people all got in common? So I can incorporate that aspect, because I see that most of the people are being successful using certain things, but I want to incorporate that into my life, because guess what? It's probably going to work for me. That's my thought process. It's probably going to work for me. So just like I said before, when I wanted to lose weight initially, I went out looking for videos, and I was looking for a person who was like my build, so that I could keep up with that person, because I cannot keep up with the skinny folks, y'all. I can't. I try, and sometimes when I used to do that, I would get discouraged and it made me want to stop, because I feel like I'm failing when I'm not. It's just that they were in way better shape than me. They don't have the health issues that I had. And so I said, you know what? I need to find someone that's like me. Someone that's heavier, someone that has some health problems, someone who's like a real person. And I'm definitely not saying that those other people aren't real, but they're just not real in my world, because I'm never going to be that. I'm never going to be that healthy. Let me rephrase what I'm saying. Some of the conditions that I have, they say are unreversible. So that I'm never going to be the people who are doing these workouts who are totally 100% healthy, that have 100% no health problems. The way that they're going to pursue weight loss is going to be different for me because of the issues that I have to deal with. So I thought it was important, really important, for me to go out there and find somebody, y'all, that I could work out with. But the truth is that a lot of the people who lost the weight, I'm just going to be transparent about it. They might not have felt secure enough to work out on camera, right? Because they weren't happy with their body. They didn't feel comfortable working out. But now that they've arrived, they've crossed that finish line, they're more secure in themselves, they're more secure in their bodies, that they feel comfortable coming in front of the camera and making the videos and sharing their testimony. And I love all that. But I said, you know what? I'm going to have to be this brave soul that I'm looking for. I'm going to have to be this brave soul. Because guess what? I love myself. I love my fluffy self. I love my skinnier self. I have learned to love all the aspects of me. And so, I'm not too uncomfortable in front of the camera. Only uncomfortable when I think about like slipping, falling, like getting hurt. Like I'm conscious about that kind of stuff, about my leg giving out, but I still show up every day. And you guys and gals have seen sometimes that my leg may slip and I may buckle a little bit, but I don't stop because that's the reality of who I am. And guess what? I don't know how many of you have arthritis like me. I don't know how many of you are dealing with the foot issues that I'm dealing with. I don't know. So I'm just being transparent every day when I'm here. If I choose to walk, if I choose to do low impact workouts, if I choose to push it a little bit, you know, but I'm just showing you I'm a real person and I'm pursuing workouts, low impact and walking, as that's the avenue that I've chosen to get me there. And I know when I lock in, it works. And if you look back at my videos and you can see my progress in my pictures, it works. But, you know, I will tell you, you gotta stay committed. You have to stay committed to it, right? And so, this is why I show up every day. Because even though I struggle with the other aspect, what do I tell you the other aspect is? Exercise and what you put in your mouth, they go hand in hand. And so I struggle with the other aspect, right? That is where I'm still working to improve myself. But I don't give up on myself either. I don't. And so I realize that as I still struggle in that area, as long as I stay consistent in this area, I'm never going to go back to 256 pounds ever again. I just know that. I don't feel happy about that. I'm never going to let myself go that far back because I have committed myself to getting up at least 5 days a week and doing this. 5 days a week. I've dedicated myself to it. And so throughout that day, you know, it takes hours for me to get to 10,000 plus steps. But that's okay. It does. Because I'm not outside. I'm a homebody. And so my house is my house. You know, I live on one floor. I don't go up and downstairs very often. I don't have lots of room to take steps. But I make it work, family. I'll make it work. There's so many ways you can get your steps in the course of the day. And the biggest thing I'm going to tell you to do is dance. Yes, outside of walking, if you can dance to your favorite music for at least half an hour. And half an hour, depending on your average of your songs, could be like 3 to 5 songs. Maybe not 3, maybe about 5 to 6 songs. That's like 30 minutes. You listen to 5 or 6 of your favorite songs and make sure you dance through every song, right? Doesn't matter if you're dancing fast, doesn't matter if you're dancing slow, but get into it. That is going to be the most effective way that you're going to get your steps in, y'all. But you're having a good time because you're listening to music that you like and you're dancing, using the dance moves that you're familiar with, right? Because we're not trying to do anything that's going to get you hurt, right? We're not trying to do anything that's going to get you to pop that hip out, pop your leg. No. So at the end of the day, I want you to know that when you are working on getting in your daily steps, and you're like, you know what? I'm actually just tired of walking. I want to do something else. But I find that walking in the morning just really helps me to jumpstart my day. It gets my energy up and flowing. And I save dance for what I call my PM workouts. So in the AM, this is when I walk. In the PM, that's when I dance. And I make sure that I listen to dance music every single day. Now for me, I like to listen to soca, S-O-C-A, soca music. It's from the Caribbean. It has like a lot of steel drums. And it's really upbeat, fast music. So I'm not ever going to be stuck in some slow dance. No. That is the one thing that I make sure I do with my music. When I am dancing, the dance workout, I only listen to fast, upbeat music that's going to make me want to dance. And I'm going to keep on dancing because song after song, I'm going to be like, hey, that's my song. You know what I mean? And when I think about my song, I'm going to break into the dances. And it just happens subconsciously. So before I realize it, sometimes my 30 minutes has went into 45 minutes, has went into an hour because I'm just having such a great time. And that's what you want out of your dance workouts. Now, I don't do dance workouts on YouTube because of like the music infringement stuff. I don't actually know how to get around that stuff. I see some people do it in their workout videos. Well, I'm not that tech savvy, y'all. Y'all know that about me. I just do what I can do. And so just know, although you're listening to music, as I'm talking, I'm not listening to anything. I'm listening to my thoughts. The music is for you. And so, know and understand that when I'm doing what I do, that's why sometimes I have to stop and think about what I'm doing, because I'm not doing it self-consciously. I am being intentional with what I'm doing when we're together, because I do know and understand that, listen, y'all, there's lots of things I actually can do that you haven't seen me do, but I don't want you to try to do what I can do, because I know that I can do that stuff, and I'm not going to hurt myself. I don't know so much about you, right? And I want you to do everything safely and comfortably. So I am cognizant in that way. I'm not trying to take you guys and gals down a trip where you're going to be like, sweet, I pulled my hip out doing that dance move that you were doing. Because when I dance, I just subconsciously dance. I just lock in. I don't think about the dance moves. They just come to me. And so I can't even really explain to anyone what to do next, because I'm just in the zone. I'm just in the zone, family. And it's okay to be in the zone. I feel like when you're in the zone, you zone out, takes you places that you weren't even thinking about, or that you didn't think you were going to be able to get to. Because in the zone, you're just doing what you do, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. So, but yes, this is why I don't come to y'all doing dance workouts. Although I have thought about it, I really, really have thought about it. But I do know and understand that this is right here the simplest way to lose weight. And I want to come like this to everybody in the simplest way, right? Because I want you to lose weight no matter what, right? And if you cannot dance, that don't mean that you cannot lose weight. So that's why I don't do it. Although I do think about it. Those other reasons are why I don't. But I could probably figure out a way around it. And I don't. Because I like walking with you. And I like us to do low workout. I like to do low impact workouts with you. Because I have heard so many people have so many excuses, and so many people, is me too, right? Have so many excuses as to why they could not lose weight, why they couldn't just lock in. And so, you know what? This is why I do it like this. Because it gets no simpler than this. Than you in your living room just walking. When people say, I don't got no gym membership, baby, I don't either. I don't got no workout equipment. I don't either. I don't either. I don't have room for that stuff. But it doesn't stop me from losing weight. Because why? As long as I got 2 working arms, 2 working legs, I got a chair I can use to stabilize myself. Everybody has at least, I think, a chair in their house. That's what I use. That's what I use. Sometimes I use big cans. When I was trying to work on my arms, you could use big cans. But you're going to want to evolve past that. So I did go, like I told you a couple weeks ago. Got me some resistant bands from Amazon for like $3 or $4. Wasn't that much, family. It wasn't that much. I'm not breaking the bank. Everything that I do, I want to do it in this way because I don't want anyone to think they can't lose weight. They cannot achieve their goals. You can achieve your goals. Every single last one of us. If we just strip everything down to bare bones. To me, this is bare bones. Me in my living room walking, I'm not even outside. I don't even have on sneakers, y'all. I got on like these diabetic slippers. And this is what I work out in. Every day, this is how I show up for myself. So, when people come and they feed you excuses, I don't have time. Listen, y'all. I live in a house with 4 other people who don't care that I am working on myself. So what do? I work around 4 people's schedule so that I could come and make these videos every day. I can show up for myself every day. I don't let anything that they do determine me anymore. I don't, because this is my journey. This is my body. This is my life. And when I die, they not going with me. I'm being that coffin alone. So at the end of the day, I don't care what they my kids, they my husband. I don't care. This is my journey. My journey towards better health. And you should look at it like that too. This is my journey my journey for better health. And guess what? If they love me, they'll love me in any shape I'm in. If they truly love me, they'll love me when I'm 60 pounds lighter. If I slip and I gain 30 pounds like I did, they'll love me. But if they don't, I'm okay with that. If they say I like fluffy mommy and mommy's no longer fluffy, well, you don't have to accept that. If my husband decides I like having a fluffy wife, get you a fluffy wife. Because at this point in my life, y'all, I'm so focused on my health. I can see it so clearly. Like, I have to be honest and tell y'all. My father died when he was 49 years old. There are other people in my family that died in their 40s. They didn't get killed. They died, right? And so I'm very cognizant right now, these years of my life, my morality, my mortality, doing what I have to do to pursue better health. So many people, they tell me, I look nice the way that I am. But guess what? I thought my cousins were beautiful too. But they died. They died, y'all. And they left behind children that weren't old enough to take care of themselves. I want more. I want more. And so I have to lock in and I have to hone in on for myself. It's not about anyone else. This is about me and what I feel I need to be successful. Because I plan on being 50 years old and 55 and 60 and 70 and 75. My father's mother, she died when he was 10. So understand, in my heart, I am looking to break this generational curse of dying before 50. My mother, she's still here. But guess what? I'm only 50% of her. And so when I look at my life, I want to live to be as old. My mom's 69, y'all. She's 69, and I love her little life. And I want to live to be as old as her. And I want it to be older than her. And so I realize I have to take control of my life right now. And I don't really care when people tell me how great I look in my current present condition, because I'm not doing it to look good. This is about my health. I want to have better health. I want to live. I want to live to see all my children grow up. I want to live to see my legacy. I would love to live to see my grandkids, maybe even grandchildren. The thought of it is so exciting. But my cousins, they didn't get that. My father, he didn't get that. My father, he saw one of my children. That's my oldest daughter. He left here when she was 8 months. He didn't get to experience my other children. He only got to experience my brother's first 3 children. And my other siblings, he didn't get to experience them. I want that for myself. So at the end of the day, listen, if people are telling you that you look good, you don't have to lose weight, you don't understand, you are working so that inside, your inside, that you can take away the toxins, take away the different things that lead to cancers, the tumors. We want to get rid of that stuff. And that has to do with better eating and exercise. That's the path to a better life. It's time for us to cool it down. But yeah, family, I really wanted to say that today. As we move forward, breathe into your nose and out through your mouth. As we look forward to this new calendar year, know that being your best self and working for better health, it is about losing the fluff, but it's mostly about being the healthiest version of you. Breathe in through your nose, y'all. Let it out through your mouth. Feels good. Let's do it one more time. Break it down. Just want to thank you all again for joining me as I'm on my journey towards better health. And we got 2,827 steps. That's 2,827 steps to start our day. Mwah. I love you. Please think about everything I said. I'll see you all back here tomorrow. And remember, giving up on yourself, never an option.